and all that was lost on the way. There was nothing to do and nowhere to run. There was nothing that I could say. Dust in my eyes enough to tell me what to do, and the bullet you left in my thigh, well, I'm giving it back to you. It wasn't always that easy, no, it wasn't always that slow. I just thought you'd like to know this time, I just thought you'd like to know. Tell your mother what you did to me that day. Or when she asked you where you found success, did you simply turn away? I'm coming for you now, and I'm coming for her too. When you're in the ground, well, maybe I'll be done with you. It wasn't always that easy, no, it wasn't always that slow. And when the gun was cocked and when the bullet was set, well, there was nowhere left to go. It wasn't always that easy, no, it wasn't always that slow. I just thought you'd like to know this time, I just thought you'd like to know. And was I wrong? Was it faded from the start, or did I stand the chase at all? Here I wait inside a bar for that crowd radio, and the file hand is coming for me now. Oh, he's coming for her too. And when you're in the ground, well, then we'll still have close. That's what we can do. We can do. We can do. The dust in my eyes enough to tell me what to do, and the bullet you left in my thigh, well, I'm giving it back to you. It wasn't always that easy, no, it wasn't always that slow. I just thought you'd like to know this time, I just thought you'd like to know. Stay here on the ground, it's overrated. The cityscape escapes you with a sound. It's delineated, I waited at the station for an hour, but I won't make it. You take off on an updraft by the tower, and you overtake it every moment. I see you on the rise, you're drawn across the sky. Now that ink has dried, I can't tell you why. Oh, Mimi, can you tell me there's an issue? I've seen it cluttered all around you. Why can't you tell me there's an issue you've seen before? Oh, Mimi, can you tell me there's an issue? I've seen it cluttered all around you. Why can't you tell me there's an issue you've seen before? And I can't tell you why. Oh, I can't tell you why. Why you have to stay here on the ground? It's overrated, the cityscape parades you with a sound. It's delineated, no one here has even learned your name, but they all claim that they saw you land and learn to do the same. But tell you why. Like a hand reaching for a handle, but to find that it was never there. Candidly, I can't handle knowing that it's all up in the air. I thought the world ended in March until I heard the doorbell ring. Can't keep from falling apart, but I'll glue back everything again. This can't be the end. This can't be the end. This can't be the end. This can't be the end of all that summer had to say. What little time has gone away. I'll glue it all back anyway. I'll glue it all back anyway. Like the wing of a sparrow or a plane drops down a couple feet again to catch the wind that still remains, but I'm left breathless anyway. I thought the world ended in March until I heard the doorbell ring. Just me here standing in the dark, but I'll light up everything again. This can't be the end. This can't be the end. This can't be the end. This can't be the end of all that summer had to say. What little time has gone away. I'll glue it all back anyway. I'll glue it all back anyway. This can't be the end. This can't be the end. This can't be the end. This can't be the end of all that summer had to say. What little time has gone away. I'll glue it all back anyway. I'll glue it all back anyway. Written in the back of my old diary. I gotta break sometime. It's underlined in lead. Scrawled across the screen beneath the spider ring. I gotta break sometime. I left it all unread. And the more I know, the less I seem to care. Weighted down by everything and falling through the air. And the more I hold, the less that I can bear. But hey, I gotta break sometime. Cracked inside a kiln between the firing. I gotta break sometime. You glazed it anyway. Screamed across the city from a windowsill. I gotta break sometime. That's all you had to say. But the more I know, the less I seem to care. Weighted down by everything and falling through the air. And the more I hold, the less that I can bear. But hey, I gotta break sometime. Written in the back of my old diary. I gotta break sometime. It's underlined in lead. Scroll across the screen beneath the spider ring. I gotta break sometime. I left it all unread. Cracked inside a kiln between the firing. I gotta break sometime. You blazed it anyway. Screamed across the city from a windowsill. I gotta break sometime. That's all you had to say. And the more I know, the less I seem to care.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round one of season 15. We've made it, folks. 15 seasons of Zealous Racing League's Galaxy Tour. Hope you guys are all having a great night tonight. My name is Shim. I'm going to be your host tonight, like always. We've got an exciting season coming up for you guys this summer. It's going to be a 6-race season, so it's a little shorter than some of our seasons in the past, but hopefully that gives people more of an incentive to join every single round. But the exciting part about this season is our drivers will need to be managing races with no mandatory pit stops. What that means is there's going to be a lot of opportunities for drivers to use strategy, to their advantage. Do you take a pit stop? Do you not take a pit stop? Can you make your tires last? All of these things are things that our drivers will have to answer as the season goes on, depending on the race length, where they're racing, you name it. But this season, all of the races have 0 mandatory pit stops for our drivers. I do apologize that my dog is being a bit of a goober right now. He's underneath me on my desk and making a little bit of a mess of things. But okay, we got that sorted out. Sorry, a little bit of a distraction there. Anyway, exciting season 15 of the Galaxy Tour. Not only is this an exciting season because of the strategy and everything that people will be employing for all these races, but we also have a lot of new faces here and returning faces from ZRL history, or I should say, but a lot of new faces people I haven't seen before here in the server tonight. 28 drivers so far here with 13 minutes of practice left to go. New to ZRL here, we've got Victor Plord, one of our new drivers here from Canada. Nick Mosley is returning, wasn't racing last season, but I believe Nick has raced with us in the past. Yes, I believe he has. And we've got Pierre-Alexandre Lacoste here. We've got a lot of those French Canadians coming in here. I'm warning everyone about them. We've had Belanger, we've had Reed, we've had all of our French Canadian friends, so gotta give them a hard time. But yeah, Lacoste, brand new to this season. Augustine Detmeyer, new driver, driving in the BMW. It looks like this season. Now, I apologize. I'm going to call you Arthur Guilherme. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, and I apologize. I was not able to look up your name. I'll just say Arthur for the rest of the night tonight, but shoot me a message if there's a right way to pronounce Guilherme. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but we'll see. Harrison Hirth is a new driver this season, racing the Ferrari 296. Rohit Singh joining us, looks like from Australia, so a bit higher ping for him there. And Andy Barwick, our last driver on the list here. Brand new for this season. So yeah, a lot of new drivers here at ZRL. Love to see it. I hope everyone enjoys themselves tonight for the race. So far, in terms of our practice, we're gonna have our good friend here. Let's get a better camera angle on that right here. There are no good camera angles. Oh my goodness, pit camera. None of these are working very well for our good friend Christopher Larson there. Wanted to just show everyone Larson. Is Lynch new? I don't think Lynch is new. I thought Lynch was raced a few races a couple seasons ago or last season. I could be wrong. I think I've seen Lynch here before. Sorry if you have, if he wasn't here. But yeah. But returning champion Larson looks to be poised for another good turnout this season. Looking fast in practice here. He's going to have Clifford and Lovering to go up against too, and it looks like Plord is quite rapid as well. And watching Nick Mosley there with quite the save, saving his Ferrari. 30 drivers. Chase Gordon has entered, our champion from the silver class last season. Now, if I remember correctly, does that move you up to the next class? It does not, so Chase is staying where he is. Clifford looking really good in the Lamborghini this season for this first race. Got quite a bit of practice in, it looks like, and close to matching the pace of Larson there. Qualifying is going to be what makes or breaks it, though. Being such a small and narrow track makes it tough to pass here at Brands Hatch, and it also makes it tough to deal with lapped traffic. I remember we did this, I want to say it was 2 seasons ago, and I was racing that season, and I got swept up into the wonder that is lapped traffic and got destroyed. So that was unfortunate. We might see a little bit more of that tonight just because of how many drivers we have on track, the different levels of skill. That we do try to manage that a little bit here, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that all turns out. But with all the new drivers, I think it's going to be a very interesting start to the season. I think you're going to see a shake-up in some of our drivers' classes here in the early parts of the season. I could see drivers like Mosley and Plord moving up. Well, Mosley's already in the Pro Division, but Plord's probably going to move up into that Pro Division there. I know Lloyd is faster than what he's showing. Chase Gordon I could see moving up if he continues to perform well. And I don't know if lap times have gotten slower. I don't remember what lap times were last time we were out here. There have been a few physics changes, so that could be part of it, but I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't noticed. I can't usually remember, especially when it was 2 seasons ago, exactly when green track. Good point there from Lenny Dijkstra in the chat. He is correct. There was rain earlier in the session, so it's just taken a long time for the track to get some rubber on it. Our top driver is separated by half a second there. Our friend Flores leading, technically not leading the, he's technically not leading the Pro-Am class right now, but I think he will lead the Pro-Am class. I'm pretty sure Plord, after his showing today, his pace is showing like he can make it up into that Pro Division. Let's look at some other friends we have here. We've got 6 minutes left in our practice. Let's see if we find anyone else here. Let's go to our friend Matt Long here. Helps manage our liveries for this for Zealous Racing League. Driving his Porsche this season. And I want to remind everyone to please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for joining in. We really appreciate the support. And if you're interested in learning more about Zealous Racing League, or if you know anyone who would be interested in learning more about Zealous Racing League, be sure to go to our homepage of our YouTube channel and like our Discord, join our Discord server, I should say. That's where you're going to get the most up-to-date information on upcoming seasons for Zealous Racing League. We do have some notes from last outing. Pole time last time was a 122.782. That was from Lovering. So with the green track definitely impacting lap times quite substantially by 2 seconds, in fact. I'm surprised with how much green running we have had that the track has not at least gone into maybe not optimum, but fast conditions. Let's go to another one of our friends here. Let's go to one of our new drivers, Harrison Hirth here. Watch him a little bit. DeBow and Collins have joined. I believe they are new joiners to the Zealous Racing League family. Hirth and his Dynaco Ferrari. And there's Christian Dubé. "32 drivers on track now. Hirth is able to improve just a little bit, it looks like. So yeah, after a couple seasons ago, there have been a few changes that have been made to the ZRL formula. One such change is that our drivers need to maintain pace within a certain threshold from the fastest driver. So I believe it's 106%, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to check from last season what that is. Let me see here if I have some of that information. I do not. It's all there it is. It's yep, 106% of the target lap time. So you take that pole time or the fastest lap of the race, and then you do an average lap time for everyone else, or not an average, but fastest lap. So, and speaking of fast, now the track is in fast conditions. So we're still in practice, but this will make a difference to our drivers moving forward. I did check it. It is 106%. But our drivers need to maintain that minimum pace in order to stick with the league, to be completely honest. Because as much as we really do want everyone to be able to race with us, it's important for us to stay safe, and if you're driving that slow to be 106% off, you're really going too slow, and could be more dangerous for drivers, and it could be really not beneficial for you. We do have some performance improvement plans that we work with our drivers on if they're having issues, but yeah, most people are able to hit that 106 fairly easily, and it doesn't matter until qualifying and the race itself. But yeah, we do notify people if they're not meeting those pace standards. All right, friend Collins just entered into the pits there. We've got a minute left. Had one driver see, and okay, you could step out, but you could also continue to try, and you never know until that first race, and you can always try again the next season. So yeah, and you might be able to find pace as you practice as well, so you never know. Yeah. But sorry to hear that. Hopefully you can join us soon, and hopefully we can get that pace up there. so that you can race with us. That being said, if you're having trouble with your pace, just ask one of the members of ZRL. We do have, thank you for the subscribe, Shelby. We do have a practice club, and even if you're not racing this season, you can still join the practice club itself. I strongly encourage that. Usually we pair you up with a driver who has expressed interest to, help a newer driver and is willing to impart some wisdom. But we have that practice club. Lenny Dijkstra, who's actually in the chat, helps run that. So reach out and make sure that you're included in that practice club, on that practice club channel in the Discord, and join us on track to practice. I know I'm actually going to be working with someone this season when I'm broadcasting right now, but I'm going to be working with someone this season to improve my pace. But I'm not even racing this season. That is, in preparation for next season. So I will be hopefully on track next season. But that being said, we're going to need someone to do the casting. So if you guys know anyone, Lenny, maybe you want to do some casting? I'm not going to force you. And, oh my goodness, we have wet qualifying. Oh my goodness. This is going to be crazy. I'm already saying this is going to be crazy. We'll follow the first driver out there. It's our friend Jonathan Clifford. That is a wet track, but it will be drying up a little bit. Could be as soon, it could be as long as 10 minutes away for dry weather, but the rain will start to leave us, sometime within that next 10 minutes. And Lenny, you're not shy. Don't tell me that. You're not shy. You do a good job. Oh, running in the rain is the best, and our drivers will have good crash course on that today. Running in the rain here at Brands Hatch. It's going to be a tricky course for our drivers to run in the rain. A lot of this track is instinct of your braking zones, and adding the rain makes that just a little bit harder. So it's going to be a fun one to watch tonight, folks. All right, hopping into the cockpit of our friend Jonathan's Lamborghini as he warms up those tires, gets ready to go on his hot lap here at Brands Hatch. It's the first hot lap of the season, and he may have some trouble with lap drivers. Rain is dying down. It's lesser than it was when this started, so the track will be drying up. You come down the hill on the right-hander. Really tricky. You want to use all of the track that you can, though. You can even use a little bit of that curbing in the rain, breaking into the hairpin, or another right-hander here at Brands Hatch. Heavy on the right-handers. Down the hill you go into the left-hander, sweeping. Usually you want to use as much of the curbing and runoff as you possibly can there. It might be a little bit dangerous in the rain, though. Into what is a kind of a weird little hairpin left-hander that goes down to what is really the longest straight of the track. It's not much of a straight, to be completely honest, but this is a tricky little British track. So braking just after that double crossboard. Definitely don't want to dip your toes in the wet weather on this back country area. Really trying to use as much of the track as you possibly can, but yes, those curbs will be deadly. And as you can see, Jonathan just struggling with those curbs, trying to gain as much time as possible. Utilizing those curbs is not going to make it easier. Braking right at the one slash board there. And down the start finish straight we go 1:29.7 will be our target lap for qualifying. Here we go. Let's go. Oh, let's get into. I've lost track of my mouse. There it is. Let's go into our. Let's move into our TV cameras here. Jonathan Clifford now P2, Larson setting a slightly faster lap there, and it's going to be incredibly tricky for our drivers to get a good lap out here. Look at that map. Look at that track map. Look at how many cars are on track right now. That's 32 cars on track for the race today and for qualifying. Everyone jockeying for position so that they can set a fast lap. It's going to be incredibly difficult for our drivers today, and we do have some drivers spinning out there. Larson's got to pull back a little bit there, I think, coming down the hill. And I believe he's got Singh following him right there. Or actually, that's Collins in the Bentley. Collins just barely making it. Collins sets a nice lap there, 2.7 seconds back, but fairly good for following Larson. And I don't know if Larson just invalidated his lap there, but we'll have to see. Another driver that was looking good in qualifying was Victor Pollard here, and the track is already damp. That's something to note too. Track is already damp. The rain has stopped, and our drivers will be looking for a chance to possibly get on some dry tires for maybe the last couple laps here. That's going to be the big kicker here, is if the track dries up quick enough with 32 cars on track, what's going to happen? What's going to happen here for our qualifying times? It makes it a really interesting qualifying session for our drivers. Jonathan Clifford now is in the lead with a 28.9. That's 4/10 up from Larson. Larson didn't get a good lap though. After that incident was right in front of him. Pollard now in a gaggle of traffic as he comes back to the start-finish straight here out of the backcountry. Traffic will be a major issue here for our hot laps from our drivers. And Pollard looking to set a representative lap for himself there, puts him up into P5. Not as good as he was hoping. Nick Mosley goes second fastest. Eric Lloyd up there in P4, looking good in his Ferrari. Collins goes up to P3 in the rain here. A newcomer, Pierre Alexander, here driving the Ferrari. A lot of Ferraris this season. Looking at the spread of cars, we've got quite a few Ferraris. We've got quite a few McLarens, it looks like. A couple of Lamborghinis, more than I usually see. I know we have two Fords, or actually three Fords, it looks like. Sands, Pinot, and DeBow. Ford being the brand new car this season. Looking at the track, still damp, 7.5 minutes in qualifying left. Some carnage going on around track here. Glenn looking to set a fast lap here. Dips his toes into the grass. And you can see that track looks to be drying up fairly well here. A little bit wet on the downhill portion. You can see some rain there, but you can see sort of some dry pockets forming on track. Oh, and Glenn goes a little bit wide there. He's going to be disappointed in that one. Let's go to Christian Dubé here. I think he's on a fast lap, if I'm not mistaken, in the Porsche, Jolly Rancher Porsche this season. Let's see if he can set a lap, and looks like he can. He goes 10th fastest. Larson now in P2, Loverink in P1. rain in 30 minutes, so rain will return to Brands Hatch here before the race. And I don't exactly remember when the race is in comparison to practice here, or qualifying here, but that will play a factor. Right now, the pecking order is a little bit messed up just because of all of the rain. People trying to figure out, where the dry and where the wet spots are with those wet tires. Definitely still wet enough for wet tires. But I wonder if anyone will be brave enough to move on to some slick tires before the session is over. Thing is, we need some people with those wet tires. You can see it's very wet in the downhill section right there in the backcountry and on those curbs. Collins is number one in our, and Dubé looks to have gone off track there. Disappointing for him. Driver that looking really good out there right now is Shane Swearingen in the Porsche again this season. Looking fairly comfortable in the rookie class there. Looks to have done quite a bit of work in the off season, right in the mix there with a bunch of our Pro-Am drivers. Currently in the rookie class, but yeah, looking pretty good there. Let's see if Shaz is able to improve his time. Lovering still has the best time on track. It's almost a second faster than Larson. Larson is now on an out lap, and I wonder if he's going to brave it and try for some dry tires here, in hopes that the track turns greasy before the qualifying is over. Could be a risk. Right now he's still sitting in P2, but if anyone behind him opts to put on those wet tires, they're probably going to end up going faster. Let's look at some of our other friends here. Quite a few drivers, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 have not set a representative lap time yet. With wet weather too, the percentage doesn't always matter, or doesn't matter as much. I think they actually waive it. It's only on dry conditions where they'll take that 106% into account. So with our drivers, struggling here to try and find where the track is dry. You see some drivers who just probably won't even set a fast lap just to avoid dealing with the wet weather. Thing is, wet weather probably will come later. Christopher Larson now fastest man on track. Looking at, and looks like he got collected there. That's not good. Let's actually do an instant replay there. Coming out of the pits, we have a driver. That's the 32 of Singh. They're in qualifying. Takes out Larson on a hot lap. Larson was looking to have the fastest time there, and he's back out on track now. He's going to have one chance, maybe two. No, he's probably only going to have one chance to set a fast lap here now. He was hoping to maybe have two, but that's how it goes sometimes in auto racing. Larson now P3. Collins goes a bit faster. Clifford is out on track. Loverink is now in the pits. It is a greasy track right now. Still quite a bit of wet spots on track. Loverink is probably opting to go onto those dry tires and see if he can set a faster lap there. Greasy track. This is going to be really tricky to see what happens here. Looking at our order, Maurer second fastest really in the semi-pro class, and really I'd say that's probably more representative of our semi-pro class. There is Maurer's time, sitting about 2 seconds back. Plord Right behind him, Landry, Nicholson, Flores, Lacoste. Then we've got Detmir in the rookie class, Dubé also right there in the middle. Penio with P14 right now. Larson looking awfully squirrely. And does get a little bit held up probably there by the car coming out of the pits there. Track is greasy, so not necessarily very wet. We'll have to see. It looks like given how much he's sliding, I could see him being on slicks right now. Loverink's in the pits. He's not going to be able to set another lap. Clifford goes second fastest. Pelord sets fourth fastest time. Larson now down in P5, but he's still on his fast lap here. Hopefully going faster than what he was before. Mosley still has a chance to improve. Lloyd still has a chance to improve. Indeed, pit exit is causing some havoc for some drivers here, but with no mandatory pit stops, it's going to be hopefully not too difficult for, not too much of a headache for our drivers today. You can see that dry line forming, has formed there, right on the racing line. Larson looking good. Coming into the final turn here. Let's see if our defending champion can set the fastest lap of the race. Will he do it? And he will. That is a whole 7/10 faster. That's going to be our new race leader to start our provisional pole. Clifford still has an opportunity. Qualifying time is over. Is Clifford going to do it? And he isn't able to make it, but he goes second fastest. That'll take Loverink to the second row. That's going to be good for Larson and give Clifford a really good chance at possibly getting, possibly getting a pole position here, or possibly getting into the lead right at the beginning of the race. Nick Mosley going into the pits. We've got Wolf here going ninth fastest. It's a good lap for him. Collins opting to get out of his lap. Bartlett here still out on track, but he has crossed the line already. So Eric Lloyd Maurer trying to see here if there's any other cars here. Swearingen looks like the last car on track that's doing a fast lap from what I can see. Actually, there might be one more driver behind him. 66 in front of him. 66 number car of Harrison Hirth. See if he can set a lap. Hirth, I believe, was able to do it there. Hirth goes up into P22, Swearingen into P17. A good showing from Shaz there in qualifying in the wet. Moving to the race itself, the track looks very wet, but there is no rain on the forecast in 30 minutes. So what that means for our drivers is possibility for... Actually, our drivers will probably need to put on wet tires to start this race and then need to move into the dry tires as the race goes on. What a tricky little race it is turning out to be. So I just said, I don't know if the pit exit's going to have much of an impact for us today, but it looks like it actually will have some impact because our drivers will need to manage moving from the dries to the softs, or to the slicks. Moving into our order of the race, though, we've got Larson with our pole, Jonathan Clifford moving right next to him. We've got Skylar Loverink in third, Pelord, Mosley, Gordon, Nicholson, Collins, Wolf, Lacoste, Bartlett, Maurer, Lloyd, Landry, Dubé, Flores, Swearingen, Detmeyer, Penio, Lung, Easterling, Hirth, Dale Rodman, Mugarian, Collis, Quinn, Sands, Barwick, Lynch, Singh, Trudell, and last but not least, Dubois. That is our starting order for today's race. We will not have a full formation lap. It is a quick formation lap for our drivers. It is a cold, cold track to start this race. It's 5 in the morning, so it's not probably going to warm up that much. So our drivers will be dealing with a cold track in wet starting conditions. This is turning out to be quite an interesting little race we're getting our hands into here. Thank you again all for joining the stream tonight. If you like what we're doing here, please leave a like and subscribe. Do all that YouTube stuff there. And if you're interested in learning more about Zealous Racing League, be sure to join our Discord. The link to that is going to be on the homepage of our YouTube channel. You can find it right there. Yeah, join the Discord if you're interested in learning more about what Zealous Racing League has to offer. A very true statement from our friend Easton there of No Gear Motorsports. With it only being 45 minutes long, is it going to be faster to move to the dries eventually? Who knows? You know, that's actually a good question. I think you're going to find a lot of newer drivers moving to those dries because they're going to get scared of their tires going red. And when they see that red, they're going to think, we can't really keep going. So they're going to end up pitting for slicks. So I think you're going to actually see some people, and the track is already damp. I think you're going to see the track dry up actually fairly quickly, and that's going to be a real question of whether it's worth it to move on to the slicks. Here we go, the start of the race. Number 5 car of Reed is in the pits. That's our 33rd driver, and we're green here at Brands Hatch. Ooh, looks like Clifford almost turns in on Loverink there, tries to block him off. Loverink gets on the inside there. Not a great getaway for Clifford. Makes it difficult for him to maintain the position, and Loverink moves into P2 right off the bat. Larson good to cover it up there, though. We're safe so far. We do have some carnage in the back here. A little bit of drivers going off track. Doesn't seem to be any major issues so far. Loverink looking on the inside, going into the hairpin before the straight. Gets awfully close there. Looking at the relative positions here. Let's see if we can get those relative positions. Interesting. I've never seen it look quite like that before. Larson looking awfully squirrely coming out in the back section there. He's still able to block it off, though, from Loverink. Loverink looking mighty dangerous, though. Moving back to the middle of this pack here. Quite a few drivers just slotting in behind people here. All right, let's move to another camera angle. Let's move into the better camera angle, I should say. No major incidents so far. And moving back to that lead battle, looks like Larson has been able to shake Loverink just a little bit. If you're wondering about ACC TV, the reason that you're not seeing it is because I can't afford it right now. So hopefully we'll have it. In next season or in a future season, but just can't have it right now. A lot of what we do here at ZRL is volunteering. It's voluntary, so we like to keep it around ourselves, and we really try to maintain it the best we can. Our admins really foot a lot of the bills for servers and things. So yeah, if people are interested, I believe we do have like a donation link if people are interested to donate. I'd have to double check on if that's maintained. I know we had it a few seasons ago. So if anyone is interested in helping out with things like that, we're willing to take that support. We really appreciate that. But yeah, we just don't have everything right now. I don't think this is entirely correct either. This is looking like it's I don't really like this. I'm gonna try. There we go. That'll be better. Doesn't show the relatives as well as I would have liked, but it'll work. I think that looks better. Loverink with the fastest lap of the race. Let's move back into some other battles here. Looking at Maurer and Lung. Lung has gotten in front of Maurer there. Lacoste coming in. That's a 4-car battle there with Flores leading the pack. Ooh, a gaggle of cars there. That's Glenn Pinio defending from looks like the rookie car of Detmir. I think Glenn's going to have a tough time in that. He's going to have a tough time in that for Ford Mustang this season. But just trying his best. Ooh, and we have a car that's spun around there. That's Detmir in the BMW. And just looking to rejoin on track. Got to make sure you do it safely, though. And that's a tough part of the track to rejoin. He really should. Oh, that's dangerous there. Almost taking out Hirth in the process. Hirth good to get on the brakes early, but looks like there's quite a bit of damage on that Ferrari. Hirth is going a little bit wide. Coming up the hill there too. Chase Gordon looking good, sliding around a little bit with Lloyd in front. Lloyd's made up quite a few positions here on the start. Mosley, looks like Mosley did run into trouble. He's in the pits already, looking to repair his car or something. Ooh, and that's Lloyd spinning out there. Chase Gordon will move into P5. Doesn't even really matter about class right now. Everything is just chaos with the wet weather, trying to maintain the tires. Chase Gordon now with Collins chasing behind. Bentley's awfully fast and is straight. He's going to be able to make a move here. Doesn't look like he will. Now Gordon's going to be looking to just get into a rhythm here. Now that he's got some clear air, 55 of Pollard is catching back up to Clifford and the rest of the pack. Clifford falling off a little bit. Further back we have Wolf and Nicholson battling it out here. Wolf in a brand new livery for his Aston Martin. Quite a good looking livery there, I must say. Looking at some other drivers here. Let's see what our deltas are looking like. Landry and Bartlett. There's quite a battle going on here. Quite some damage on Landry's Ferrari there. Bartlett looks to be nice and clean. Got Dale Rodman in there as well. See if there's any damage on that Lamborghini of Dale. Doesn't look to be any damage. So looking good off the starts there. Swearingen's ran fallen back in the orders quite a bit. Looks to have had some issues. Indeed, some of these people did run into issues, I know. Looks like Hirth is in the pits. Got 5 drivers, Martin, Megarian, Quinn, Hirth, Swearingen, and Reed are all in the pits right now. Hopefully we can see them back out on track. Looks like Reed is going out right now. To maybe try and get some positions, and that's I believe that was not Quinn. Yep, Mugarian is back out on track, possibly looking to maybe switch to some nicer tires. And Scott Quinn back on the racetrack as well. Moving back up to our leaders here. That's Larson and Lovering battling it out for the lead. Hot on his tail. Damp track still for our drivers. And looking 30 minutes from now, doesn't appear to be any more rain coming. It's just nice and cool there out on track. Larson's going to be looking for an opportunity here. Now it's going to be really interesting as the race continues. It's going to be really interesting to see if these two drivers pit for dry tires if the track dries up here in, let's say 15 minutes. Because if the track dries up, it's actually probably going to, yep, and I said that. It is currently greasy, and the sun should be coming out here shortly. And Larson trying to defend from Loverink there. Does an excellent job going down the hill. Loverink goes a little bit wide, and that's going to give Larson some breathing room. Loverink really confident on those brakes, though. Is able to close the gap a little bit going into the hairpin. Excellent battles happening here at the front of the pack. Another one that we'll want to watch out for here is Nicholson and Wolf further back in P7 and 8. With these wet conditions making a lot of things really interesting. And we'll have to see what our leaders will do when it comes to pit strategy. That's Landry moving down the field, having a little off-track excursion there down the hill. Spun out the car just a little bit. DeBow coming from the back of the pack, moving up into P19. That's a good performance from him so far. Good to see a lot of our drivers coming back on track. Swearingen, one of them, after the early incidents. Larson still defending. Let's go to Kaylor Nicholson defending from Wolf here. With that greasy track, there will come a moment when our leaders, I think, probably will want to pit for those dry tires. Looking a little bit further back. Let's go to one of our new drivers, Barwick here. Behind him is Scott Quinn. I believe there's quite a bit of damage on that BMW of Quinn. Looking to try and bridge that gap a little bit here, though. And it looks like Barwick's actually losing some pace there. Not sure what happened. Not really sure what Barwick is doing there, weaving down the straight. Oh, and they go too wide. That's a lapped car moving down. That's dangerous part to go too wide. I've seen bad things happen there, and bad things have happened to me going into that area. Loverink still looking awfully close to Larson here. What is that camera shot? It's a terrible camera shot. And Loverink doing an excellent job of sticking with here. This is a wild battle. Wolf has been able to re-overtake Nicholson there. Lacoste is in that battle now. Collins is getting close to Chase Gordon. And Loverink looking on the inside, trying to find a move. Not going to make it happen, though. Rain in 30 minutes. So the last few laps of the race, there will be rain. But for the time being, the track is... getting drier. In 30 minutes from now, the race will practically be over. So it might turn wet fairly quickly. But can our drivers manage on dry tires for long enough to make it okay? And we see a little bit of a slip from Loverink there into the grass. Got a lapped car there that looks like Lung, letting the drivers by. Good on him, good on him. And Loverink just closes the gap into these high-speed sections here. That Honda looking awfully good for Loverink. Noticeable absence from today's race is our friend Portis. Not sure if he signed up or not. I haven't checked the entry list. I will have to check and see if our friend Portis signed up. He may be taking an off week, which is an off week, which is fine, or possibly even he could possibly even be taking an off season. You know, he's been racing a lot since I think the start. Let's go to my profile. Let's go to Zealous Racing League. Let's go to season 15. Let's go to the drivers. In the gold category, we do not have our friend Portis. Oh, you're right. I wasn't even looking, but it looks like Loverink did just DC. You're right. All of the pressure that was on Larson a second ago is gone. He's not up on my list. No, Loverink didn't DC. Loverink is in the pits. I didn't watch it. I wasn't watching, but Loverink is going into the pits, putting on some slick tires. That is going to force Larson to make a decision here, and he's going to have to make a decision quick. 29 minutes left in this race. Loverink dropping down the order. He's going down. Oh, but you know what? Yeah, I think you're right. He's joined back in. But you're right. He did disconnect. Which means that's not a strategy call. That's unfortunate circumstances for Skylar Loverink. The good news is he could possibly go on to the dry tires now and maybe try to get back. I could possibly see him try to do that. At this point for him, it's probably worth a shot. It's probably worth a shot. Well, our lead battle there just disintegrates with before our eyes there. Our friend Calvin Wolf being accosted by Lacoste. Down the straight they go. Lacoste looking for an opportunity. Now with all these wet patches, you're going to see drivers looking for opportunities to cool off their tires if they can. Maybe taking a different line. I'm glad you like that one, Lenny. I think we ought to make that one a, I think Lacoste is something that we ought to make into an emote for the channel. Moving back in the order, let's go to Flores, who's made a move on Collis, and looks like that move has stuck. As they go across the start-finish line here. Indeed, Flores will move ahead of Collis there, looking awfully good as the track gets drier in that McLaren. Karl Maurer with Bartlett close behind. Here comes death. That's a fun little bumper sticker from our friend Travis. Travis sporting his new sim racing rig tonight. He's got triple monitors, I believe, and a SimMagic wheelbase. Looking awfully good tonight, Bartlett. You know, it's drivers like Bartlett that I'd love to see come through Zealous Racing League. Any one of these drivers here, you know, in the rookie class, starting out, should take Bartlett as a case study for what it takes to really go out there and improve on your racecraft. Really over not a lot of time. Bartlett joined us, I want to say it was 2 or 3 seasons ago. I think it was 3 seasons ago. Was incredibly slow, just starting off with sim racing. But he asked for help, and the Zealous guys answered. So he worked with a lot of our guys for, you know, that season, improved a ton, and has continued to work with the guys moving forward. Has become a core member. Oh, and there's Maurer going wide, and he actually spins out there. That'll give Bartlett that position. Probably a few other drivers. Yep, looks like that's a Carlos Flores coming in there, and Collis now right behind Maurer. But Travis is just a good example of a driver coming in, looking to improve and really showing what he can do. Looks like we have a car that just went wide there. And now Travis getting waylaid by Flores. Flores on the inside in a tricky part of the track to pass, but he's going to make it happen. Just had so much more grip. Travis isn't going to give up that easy, though. Goes side by side with Flores. And now has to tuck in behind. Flores on the tear. Back up. We've got a 3-car battle here between Wolf, Lacoste, and Nicholson. But I think what I was trying to say there just goes to show that even if you are new to sim racing, if you really put in the work, put in some practice, you can improve fairly quickly. And we have people here to help. We have tons of people here to help. So, actually, this is a 4-car battle now that I think of it. Join our practice club, ask for help. We're all here for you guys. Nicholson is the back of this little pack here, with Chase Gordon leading it, probably trying to nurse his wet tires right now. Wolf is probably going all out right now to keep up. We come up to Scott Quinn here in the BMW. Ooh, Chase Gordon gets a little slidey there down the hill. Track has heated up a whole degree. Wolf takes a little bit of a wider line through that hairpin. Swearingen is back up into P20 after that early incident. Let's actually see if Loverink is on track. It looks like he is on track. He has still got the fastest lap of the race. I wonder if he is on dry tires. His last lap was the fastest lap. He's got a long way to go, but he could possibly make up a few positions here. For him right now, it's all about maintaining the points, because after that disconnect, right now he's just going to try and get as many points as he can to stay in that championship. It's our friend Glenn Pinio there. Looks like a bit of damage on the front end of that Ford. I hate to say it, Glenn, but that's the Ford for you. Kind of just kills you when you're least expecting it, so. Looking back at Clifford here, we're 20 minutes, 20 seconds left to go in the race. Clifford 15 seconds back. Pallord is now in P3, inherits P3. Pallord is 13 seconds back. Jeff Collins is then 11 seconds back, but Jeff has got some other drivers breathing down his neck. I want to say there might even be some damage on Jeff Collins' Bentley there. Looks like his hood is popping up and down a little bit. Going to our friend Louis Sands here, looking to try and catch Barwick here. Lap times are getting faster. So we're in the 27s now for lap times. Kaylor Nicholson setting some good laps. Fastest lap, actually, when I say 27s, fastest lap right now is a 25, actually. Looks like Larson actually maybe had a bit of a moment last lap, 2 seconds back on his normal pace. And some mega commitment from Loverink there, but thing is, Loverink's got to remember that he's racing for position right now. So hopefully he can continue to stay safe and not destroy himself and the drivers around him. I mean, he definitely has the pace. He's probably got newer tires on. Making up another position there. Barwick is next, I think. Loverink must have spooked Barwick there a little bit. Moving up, let's see how Carlos Flores is doing. Flores has got Barlett behind, a second behind. Rodman has moved up into P10. Track is still showing greasy with 17 minutes left. Green track, actually, green track. Oh, some word from our friend Mosley. His force feedback died on him 10 seconds before the race start. That is incredibly unfortunate. Incredibly unfortunate. We were thinking you had a good chance tonight. Having quite a few technical issues tonight with the issues obviously there with Flores goes wide. That's going to give Barlett an opportunity, and indeed he will capitalize. Barlett moves up into P12. And an unfortunate choice of slicks instead of wet tires. That is really unfortunate. Track is now green. There shouldn't be much water on there at all. A little bit of wetness right there, pooling at the bottom of the hill, but that's not really a place you'll drive most of the time. Now Larson may have an opportunity here if he wants to take, he's already got the fastest lap, but if he really wants to take the fastest lap here, he probably has, I mean, he's got a lot of time between him and some of the next drivers. He may be able to pit for some slicks and try and work his way back up. The track is already turned to fast. So it was quick green, now it's fast. All the rubber that has been pooling from those wet tires. Calvin Wolf has got Lacoste behind him. And behind Lacoste is Gordon. So we've got a bit of a battle here. Now Lacoste is going to have to be on the defensive. Gordon's much closer than he was one turn ago as they slide down the hill. Onto the back straight. Gordon's going to be looking for a good exit. Oh, those wets are 100% screaming already. They've been going on a damp and greasy track for, you know, it's been a damp track, you know, for probably 10 minutes, and it's been a greasy track for another 10 minutes or so. Yeah, it's going to be difficult. This is going to be difficult for our drivers. Mosley, you may have been able to do that if you had the force feedback. It would have been tough, but you know, the dry line formed fairly quickly, even in greasy conditions. So you probably could have found a dry line there. Down the hill they go. Lacoste using all the track that he can. I wonder when Larson's going to feel confident enough to go on to maybe a slick tire. Looks like he may not go onto a slick tire with 13 seconds left. I'd love to keep watching this battle, but let's give some love to some other drivers that are joining us here today. In the back, we've got Patrick DeBow in the Ford Mustang. It's a dangerous car, so hoping he can do better moving forward. Dustin Reed in P30. Landry in P29. Hirth, P28 with quite a bit of damage on that Ferrari. Adam Lynch is in P27. Easterling is in P26. Barwick, 25. Sands in 24. Rain is coming in 10 minutes. Don't think you're going to see anyone come in for tires. Trudell in 23rd after not qualifying, so good comeback drive for him. Got Quinn, P22. Loverink working his way up back into P21. The next car ahead of him is already down the straight. That's going to be Swearingen, so he's got a lot of room to make up still in 11 minutes. Swearingen sitting in P20, Bulgarian P19, Detmeyer in P18, Lung in 17, Pinio in 16, Eric Lloyd currently sitting P15, Mauer in P14, Collis 13, Barlett in 12, Flores in 11, Rodman in 10th, Dubé P9, Nicholson P8, Chase Gordon P7, right in front of his Wolf in P6, Pierre-Alexander Lacoste P5, Jeff Collins right ahead of him in P4, Victor Pillard in P3, quite a ways ahead of those guys, but actually dropping back kind of quickly there and goes off track. Jonathan Clifford in P1. Let's go back to the action there as Lacoste looking to get up to Collins and take P4. These wet tires are definitely dying. All of these guys are on wet tires, 100%. Man, this would be a fun race to race in myself, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, Lacoste does go a little bit of a corner cut there. Could be dangerous. I think he's gonna get away with it, but that's a dangerous little move there. As they attempt to pass, I believe that's the 23 of Easterling. Down the start-finish straight they go, making time. Swearingen is number 44 on track. Number 22, car number 22, that is our good friend Loverink. Currently Swearingen is just past the start-finish straight. And ooh, we have a car off. That's Travis Barlett. Oh no! Barlett is down. And let's go take a look at his damage right there. Travis Barlett hits the barriers. Oh no. Let's actually see if we can let's go back 10 more seconds maybe. Shoot, not able to make it work. Just lost the car a little bit there and heads into the barrier. Jeff Collins now under attack from Lacoste. Wolf and Gordon close behind. Rain coming in about 5 minutes now. 5 minutes. Race is over in 7 minutes 45 seconds though. So it's only going to be rain, and it's going to be heavy rain for the last maybe two laps of the race. 451 car of Barwick is into the pits now. Going side by side now with the lapped car, letting him by. In front of him, that's Sands, I believe. Collins is feeling the heat of Lacoste behind, and there's a little bit of contact there, front end of that Bentley. Actually, that could be the 22 of Quinn, actually. That is the 22 of Quinn. That was the lapped car. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left. Larson is currently sitting 20-some seconds ahead of Clifford. Down the hill they go. That Bentley taking it like a champ. And Larson is gaining barely. Loverink now sitting 9 seconds back from Swearingen. So there may be a chance that Loverink can make up a position here. Swearingen in the 44 car. There's the 44 car. There's the 52 car right behind, gaining quickly. Let's go back to Loverink here and watch him make up some positions. Loverink in, goes off into the grass a little bit there. The 462 of Mugarian into the wall, down the hill. Five seconds to Swearingen. Closest battle on track is still Collins. Actually, Collins has got overtaken by Lacoste there, and now it looks like Gordon might try and sweep up in there as well. Lacoste now into P4. Only 9 seconds back from Pelord. Loverink now 4 seconds back from Swearingen. Rain coming in about 1.5 minutes, I'm going to say. Sorry, I'm just mesmerized by the little battles here going on. Lacoste really isn't able to pull ahead, and given these guys' pace right now, they're actually gaining on Pelord, who is in the 188 car, which is not too far ahead of them. Looking at Lacoste right now, or Pelord, sorry, he's on the start finish straight, and there is the rain. The rain has just started, and now the track will quickly go from fast. 2 minutes left. Larson probably gonna get 2 more laps in after this one, given where he is on the track. The track is already green. Victor Pelord going through traffic right now. Greasy track already. Jeff Collins under attack from Chase Gordon. This is a close battle on track right now. Swearingen actually getting up into Mugarian's space there, but Mugarian was the one who went off track just not long ago. Loverink has moved up into P19. .52, 55. Into traffic they go. That's Glenn Pinio's busted up Mustang there. Jeff Collins still under attack from Chase Gordon here into the last laps of the race. Larson, though, he could end it. He could end it this lap. And it looks like we got Mugarian again. Wide. And he might go for another lap here. Still 20-some seconds left to go. And now we will get to the last lap of the race here. This is the white flag. Lacoste now lost a little bit of time to Collins and Gordon that last lap. So Gordon looking to navigate through the traffic. Gordon looking for an opportunity here. We are in the white flag, but they're going to have one more lap after this. So they're still racing. Gordon goes a little bit wide, but Collins gets a little bit squirrely there on the exit. Number 5 car into the pits. That's Dustin Reed. And Collins is looking mighty close here, as close as he's been. Is he going to be able to make an opportunity here for himself with one more lap to go? This is for the top 5. And ooh, Collins gets really squirrely down the hill. Very dangerous from him there. Lacoste even is getting into this battle as well, slowing down quite substantially. They're right in the thick of it, the 3 of these drivers now, and Collins doesn't look as good on the exit. Jeff has got more, or Chase has got more traction, it seems like, in his Aston Martin as they go down the start-finish straight, or sorry, the back straight. That Bentley's still able to eke ahead, though, down the straight. Gordon hoping for a little bit of a mistake, and that's a car off the track there a little bit. And Gordon's going for it. They go too wide. Is he going to make it stick? He's not going to make it stick. I don't think he's going to make it stick, but they're still going too wide there. Gordon has to back out there as they go up the hill. That's way too dangerous, but had to make an attempt. Oh, we do have some drivers going wide there. That's Lung going back onto the track. It's a tough little rejoin there. But that will save, I think that will save actually Lacoste there. And what an epic little end to the race there. Victor Pelord will come away with a P3 position. Lacoste in P4. Collins, Gordon behind them. Wolf will come across the line now in P7. Great performance from Wolf tonight. Dubé now coming in close behind. That's a P8 finish for him. Kaylor Nicholson moves back into P10, or sorry, P9 it should be. Really should be P9. And Dale Rodman Jr. behind, actually in front. Dale is actually going to take P9 from Nicholson. Nicholson might have had an issue there on that last lap. So Dale will take P9. Then we have Nicholson, Collis, Flores, Maurer, Bartlett, Lung, Lloyd. We're going to have to probably actually get into, we're actually probably going to have to get into the timetables to find out who exactly finished where. And technically, Reed is the last driver that needs to cross the line, but since he had an issue there, still showing green, but the race should end here shortly. And there we go. There you have it, folks. That is the end of our race today. We're going to return to the garage and look at our overall results there. Great performance from our good friend. Oh, let's go into the race again. Great performance from our good friend, Christopher Larson there to take the first victory of season 15. A very commanding victory there in the wet. Tough race for our drivers today, but really everyone did a great job. So we've got Larson and Clifford in the Pro Class taking P1 and P2. The next Pro Class driver is actually Lloyd. I have a feeling Palourd's going to be put into that Pro Class. Maybe a couple of those other drivers, Lacoste, Collins, Gordon. We'll have to see how things go in the next few races. But Lloyd, then we've got Loverink, who actually takes a P4 performance, and Mosley, who had some technical difficulties, ends there at the back. In our slicks in the wet. That was Larson's strategy, was slicks in the wet, and that was the same, I bet, for I wonder if that was the same for our friend Loverink. Not sure, but yeah, Larson, slicks in the wet. What a race. In our semi-pro category, though, we've got Palourde, Lacoste, and Collins. That's our provisional final standings there. Have a feeling we'll have some drivers switch around. That'll change, but for now, Palourde takes his maiden victory in his first race with ZRL. Lacoste and Collins, also new drivers to ZRL, will take up our podium positions. Behind him is Gordon. Wolf with a wonderful P7 position, or P7 finish. Rodman, Nicholson, Flores, Collis, Maurer, Barlett, Lung, Pinio. And then we have Easterling, Hirth, Landry, and Reed. Arthur was not able to start the race. In our rookie class, I think that's a mistake for Dubé there. Dubé is actually one of our pro drivers, so he actually will take P3. Everything looks a little bit messed up right now due to the rain. But then we have Detmere and Swearingen rounding out our rookie class. Excellent race from everyone there. Mugarian, Sands, Trudell, Quinn, Lynch, Barwick, Dubé, Dubois, Singh, and Young, who failed to start the race or failed to finish the race, round out the rest of our drivers. Well, folks, that is all we have for our first race tonight here at Brands Hatch. Already with the no pit stop strategies or no pit stop rules, seeing some really interesting strategies in play. I'm excited for what's to come. Our race next week will be at the Indy Road Circuit, the Indy Road Course. It's going to be a 10-minute qualifying session with a 60-minute race, no pit stops, and it's a night race. So, going to be an interesting one for you guys to watch. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Going to have some good racing next week. But anyway, long story short, my name is Shim. Hope you enjoyed the race tonight. I sure enjoyed it. And I'll see you all next week for our round 2 of season 15 at Indianapolis. Y'all have a wonderful week. Peace.
flowers